The Christmas season is upon us, and we've come here to a high hill in the Judean wilderness overlooking Bethlehem, just a few miles to the west, about 5 miles south of Jerusalem. We've come here because I want to talk about the lowly birth of Jesus. The prophet Micah spoke of Bethlehem's lowly status among all the clans and tribes of Israel. But you, Bethlehem Ephratah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall come forth the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from old, from everlasting. Now this passage is quoted in Matthew chapter 2 in the story of the wise men from the east who came looking for the child born King of the Jews. Zechariah chapter 9 also says that this promised Messiah they were looking for would come lowly, riding on a donkey, a humble servant. He says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding on a donkey." In other words, a humble servant. I always loved and appreciated how the great Bible scholar Dwight Pryor used to compare the humble birth of Jesus to the rule of Herod the Great, and they both lived around the same time. Herod was not such a great man of character or valor. He didn't win big battles. He was called Herod the Great because he was a great builder. And Herod had been appointed by the Romans to rule here in the province of Judea in the land of Israel, and he was always trying to win the favor of Rome by building them great construction projects, such as the mighty fortress down at Masada along the Dead Sea, and the very impressive port city of Caesarea along the Mediterranean coast, which after all he named for Caesar. But Herod was also half Jewish, and he claimed to be king of the Jews. And to win the favor of the Jewish people, he built the Machpelah, also known as the Tomb of the Patriarchs in Hebron, and he greatly expanded the second temple in Jerusalem. At the same time, Herod had a huge ego and built a massive palace for himself just south of Jerusalem called Herodium, where we are today. He used slave labor to shave off the top of this mountain and build the largest palatial complex of his day in the whole world, with marble baths, pools and gardens, and its own 400-seat theater. Now consider that just 3 miles away, Jesus was born in a feeding trough in the back of a cave in Bethlehem. As the wise men came to pay tribute to him, born King of the Jews, the star did not lead them here to Herodium. It led them to Bethlehem, where the parents of Jesus, Mary and Joseph, could look over to the east and see this mighty, magnificent palace built to a rival king, a rival claimant as King of the Jews. What a contrast. No wonder they fled to Egypt so quickly at the angel's warning. So this Christmas, let's remember the precious gift we received at the birth of Jesus, who came into this world in such a lowly setting. May he reign in our hearts this Christmas.